Sorry, we're closed. Come back tomorrow. Are you deaf? I said we're closed. Oh, it's you. It's been such a long time. Let me catch you up. This land is full of lost history. Powerful beings that once existed have left behind relics misunderstood and misused by man. 5 years ago, the Vale was opened for the first time. An entire half of the world undiscovered, rich in natural resources and unshaped by humanity's touch. Powerful groups seek control of the new land, completely unaware of the true dangers beyond the Vale. Our story begins as the party crosses the Vale for the first time, entering the new land of the south, arriving at the frontier town of Exodus, a population of explorers, traders, and just about anyone looking for a fresh start. Cortez Sage Mist, a human ranger looking for information regarding his missing wife. Madeleine Chaucer, a human monk fascinated by ancient history and archaeology. She has made her way south with a dangerous artifact stolen from a magical university in the north. Andreas, a local southern druid displaced by a great tragedy. After the attack on his people, Andreas found himself lost in the north, having to find his way back to his village, piecing together what happened. Velki Tivorka, a human artificer, the third child of the Tivorka family, a weapons manufacturing giant with unknown aspirations for the new lands of the south. Gabriel, a human sorcerer growing up as an orphan under the care of Father Ramon in the Church of Turkesh. He sought to fulfill his purpose of propagating Turkesh's will in the south. Though through different circumstances, each member of the party has taken on a job guarding an archaeology team from the Emerald Cartographers through the south and back to Exodus. After getting acquainted, the party set off by boat for a 2-week exploration.
Unfortunately, the schedule was pushed forward a little bit for this, so there will no longer be a little in-character recap. This will now be a schizo rant. Please enjoy.
Right out of the gate, Madeleine's having nightmares, which is concerning considering she's the girl that punches crabs for fun. She receives a note from this figure Sylvanus, who creates a magic fucking monolith in the middle of the desert, which turns out to be a beacon, so that's a good start. Eventually the party arrives at the research site, where Vel finds her family's technology inside, and Cortez talks to the Moon Maiden, who grants him an ancient relic. On the way back, we discover one of the many horrors of the south, as we see off in the distance, a giant scorpion breathing acid onto a mining site. Fuck that. Back in Exodus, Vel finds a shipment of Tivorka weapons purchased by Baroness Camilla Windren. Important name, maybe. While in Exodus, the party meet Dracon Chaucer, the father of Madeleine Chaucer. He figures out Vel is a Tivorka, traps her in a demi-plane, and then questions her. While mean and terrifying, a little bit understandable. Gabriel translates the note that Sylvanus gave to Madeleine, reading as follows. Constantine has gone mad. My soul and body were put in separate halves. He messed up. It hurts. Please, for the love of the gods, help me, Dracon. From Lars. Dracon denies any knowledge of the Lars. The next morning, Cortez is nowhere to be seen. He split from the party when we came back to Exodus, I don't know. While Gabriel attends Cardinal Emilio's midnight service, Vel, Madeleine, and Andreas sneak into the lighthouse island. Forgot to mention that there's a lighthouse on an island, and we're interested in it because it magically turns on and off. I don't know, we have to check out this lighthouse. We have to. We came across Olin, a Centaurian, who immediately slammed little monkey Andreas 100 feet into the ground, banished Madeleine into another dimension. Somehow Vel managed to talk him down, explaining that we're not criminals and just over-curious adventurers. Olin explains that basically he's been there since before Exodus was even built, and he's got to deal with the sun guards to live in the lighthouse and be left alone as so long as he keeps everything running. So there we go, mystery solved. We almost died, and we didn't even tell Gabriel we were doing it. So the next morning, Francis Diamondback shows up. He's like a big void-born, top half guy, bottom half goat kind of guy. He's chill. Tells us Olin was interested in us and hired him to keep tabs on us. Considering we don't really want to piss Olin off anymore, the party accepted Francis with open arms. At the same time, Gabriel decided to gift Cardinal Emilio of the Church of Dukesh a map of unexplored territories in the south. The party, wanting to find out more about the attack on Andreas Village, decides to break into the Emerald Cartographers wing of the university. That's the same group that hired the party in the first place to go on the exploration where they didn't find out anything, and the Emerald Cartographers are really secret, so they've got a good reason. Hidden deep in the archives, the party discovers notes of a past expedition revealing that Cortez's wife did die on the same expedition during the attack on Andreas's village. There was a single Sun Guard survivor who was interviewed by the very same Baroness Camilla Windren, and none of it ever got out. It was all kept secret. Oh yeah, the party also discovers that Cortez was killed for stealing an ancient relic from a expedition site, and that he was assassinated at the order of the Church of Dukesh. Surprise, Bakai's here. Who's Bakai? Fucking red guy. Bakai's from the south, basically Andreas' brother. He's a fire guy, so during the attack on his village, he survived and everyone around him died, which, fair enough, would fuck you up. He's here to destroy all evidence of his people's existence, so the Northerners will leave him alone. But he also actually kind of wants to, like, resurrect a giant titan and destroy all the Northerners. But it's kind of noble still, I guess. Bakai burns down the entire wing of the university, while the party fights a few Southerners, deciding to spare them. While running out of the burning building, Madeline is overcome with biblical levels of greed, letting Sylvanus take control of her for braces of defense. Long story short, she doesn't get them. Some soldiers die. There's a giant ruby monolith on top of the melted university. Also, Camilla Windren is a beholder that's living underneath Exodus in tunnels. Fucking obviously. Somehow getting away with all this, the next morning Gabriel created a contract stating we would look out for the party above all others, and anyone's personal issues becoming party issues. Klaus Tvorka is in Exodus. To sum it up, evil guy sells weapons, Velky's dad, which is actually pretty great timing for Vel as the party heads back south to Andreas' village to find out more about the attack and Bakai's plan. Nightmare time. This time Gabriel has visions of his father, like his real one, not Father Ramon. This man gifts Gabriel some kind of music box he uses for spellcasting and sends him through a portal to escape from some guards. Madeline also has more nightmares, and she has visions of all the monoliths popping up around the south, connecting. During this travel, the party meets a man named Mike. He's a member of the Inquisitors Arcanum, pretty much magic cops. They stop crazy cults or overconfident demons. Mike is here because Madeline, the necklace she stole, is mega evil and he came to take it back. However, grabbing Madeline's necklace causes Mike to insta-die. He comes back to life immediately. Magic Inquisitor shit, I don't know what to tell you. Mike gives up on the necklace for now, tells the party Velky's a Tvorka, and dips. Fucking thanks, dude. Thank you. Catching a break on the brutal journey, the party come across an oasis, and Madeline is gifted with the use of the Blade of Disaster spell. So what does she do with such power? In the most dramatic way possible, she decapitates herself to destroy the necklace stuck to her. Luckily, Andreas could cast Revivify. Turns out though, bad idea, gonna be saying that a lot, Sylvanus doesn't die and his spirit is freed from the amulet to roam the desert. Turns out this Sylvanus guy is kinda important. Basically, he's from the old world, and when the new world was created, he made it here, but his body and soul were split, and his soul was in the north and his body's in the south, and now his soul is also in the south. Arriving at Andreas' village, the survivors have picked up the pieces, trying to recover what's left. Velky investigates the site of the attack and discovers unexploded bombs that you'll never guess were made by Klaus Tvorka. After clearing out some of the bombs and informing the locals, the party is teleported across the Vale back to the north to a city called Pithides to track down Bakai. Pithides is a total snooze fest. All you gotta know is that they have a large claim in the south. They partially funded the building of tap towers, arcane anomaly pacifier, which allows people to cross the veil. The party managed to track Bakar to the Scorched Isles, where they make a sacrifice to the Ashen Stag, the Fey Protector of the lands. The stag gives the party visions of Cardinal Varian Luthei of the Church of Drakesh, straight up killing Bakai with a knife and piecing out. Andreas collects the body of Bakai and returns home to rebuild, leaving the party. Bakai's will survives in the Titan knife used to kill him, which Madeline collects because she just fucking loves cursed stuff. Spending a couple weeks travelling, the party arrives in Katessa, a port city housing one of the Veil opening tap towers. The party meet up with Gabriel's adopted brothers, who assist discovering text on the Zenith Empire. Basically, they believe Drakesh created all mortals with a spark, and controlling this spark would grant a power strong enough to slay the gods. Also, there's a guy called Saint Veldracanus who went missing at this time, it might be important. An old friend of Francis, Grendel, arrives, informing Francis that a young void-born Ilan Calderon had been kidnapped, and most likely by the High Oppressor, leader of a cultist group that kept Francis locked up his whole childhood, with plans of sacrificing him to locate Wrath. While catching up, the party is interrupted by Babadoo, a druid who works on behalf of the Ashen Stag, and he makes an ominous, vague deal with Gabriel. Having the same goals as the party, Babadoo decides to join them in taking on the Cult of Thon. The party set sail with Francis's old pirate crew, heading towards Uritol, a broken and corrupt land ruled by fear. During the ride, Velki is charmed into the ocean, where she makes a deal with a primordial who offers her instructions for an invention. A wizard known as the Magpie appears on the party's ship in the middle of the ocean, looking to split the reward money he offers to assist the party in saving Ilan Calderon. Additionally, during this boat trip, the party find a coin imbued with a divine intervention from the god Thon. That's the same god that the cult we're trying to destroy worships. Shortly after this, we came across a sunken ship containing the trapped souls of void-born children, intended to be sacrificed for the same ritual Francis was once meant for. Gabriel decides to use the divine intervention from Thon to release the trapped souls of the children in the sunken ship. Gabriel then sees Thon as an actual god of action, compared to his god Drakesh, who he hasn't seen do anything. And it turns out that doing this has broken his contract with Babadoo. Unforeseen consequences, who knows. Arriving in Uritol, there's an oppressive vibe. People stay indoors and a black dragon patrols the city. After sniffing around the city, the party are led to Kautas, a voidborn who, though complicit in the actions of the cult, has sympathy for his fellow voidborns. He agrees to give the location of the captured boy in exchange for the party finding the location of Wrath. Sounds easy. Deciding it's too dangerous to storm the cult's hideout, Vel calls in a favour from her mother, trading a blueprint of her custom pistol for the retrieval of Ilan Calderon from the cult. This plan goes to shit pretty quick, but we kill a dragon, and the High Oppressor, who turned out to be Francis's dad, feels bad. After his death, Uritol was brave enough to have a full-scale revolution. Also, Francis is like rich as fuck now. The party returned back to Katessa, where Babadoo drops some lore about being an emperor from 500 years ago, ruling a once great city known as Sancien. This place is now called the Scorched Isles. That's the same place the stag was. Shh. Also, Vel discovers that her dad, Klaus, is controlling the tap towers. Of fucking course. Gabriel spoke with Alibus Shrike, who rekindles his faith in Drakesh after he revealed his faith switch up to the party. It makes Francis a bit upset, given that he worshipped Thon, who, was in charge of the cult that kept Francis trapped his whole life. Babadoo takes this opportunity of Francis's anger and frustration and makes a vague ominous deal with him. To make up for his behaviour, Gabriel commissions a mural of the party in Katessa, and the party decide on an official name, The Unveiled. Well, look at the timing. It's been 6 months since the party first crossed the Veil, so here we are again. During the crossing of the Veil, Tivorca warships crossed from the south, destroying navy ships from Pythides, who were trying to head into the south. As soon as the party crossed into the Veil, the tap towers were shut off early, disrupting safe passage to the south. The party was able to cross safely following the wake of a ship containing Cardinal Varian Luthei, That's the guy that killed Bukai. Madeline's knife seems to want his blood also. The party gets some much needed rest after crossing the Vale, pulling onto a small island for the afternoon, where they discover Misha Tvorka, Velky's brother, has been stowed away on their ship during the crossing. He stole the blueprints from Vel's mum and gave them back to her. Finally arriving back to Exodus, the party witness a man who runs into the crowd, warning of what happened during the crossing of the Vale, when he's struck by an arrow and dragged off by the Sun Guard. Velky and Gabriel head to the church to witness Amelia and Luthe's meeting. They spoke of sacrifice for a better world, which sounds pretty ominous. Madeline, Francis, and Babadoo visited our friend in the lighthouse, Olin, who unfortunately is not our friend in the lighthouse anymore, Olin.
And you see Olin's face slowly transform into a crooked smile you saw in the mirror. Blonde hair, robes of golden yellow, snapping slightly at a breeze you can't feel. He looks at you and his smile widens. I've had a while in this observatory. It was so nice of you to make a beacon. And to free me.
I want to swing at this thing.
You see he holds out his hand for a second, and this strange red lightning hits your fist and kind of ripples and just deflects it, and he goes, I'm not done talking. You helped me a lot, Madeline. You really did. I could not have asked for a greater friend in you. You and I, we carry it in our blood. Blood born not of this world, it is of my world. A world your father helped to ruin. I know who you are, and I saw it from the first moment I whispered it through your veins. Not just your name, your heritage. You bear great echoes of a place your kind should never have touched, but you still did. I built wonders, Madeline. Real ones, not these sputtering towers and half-sane machines this world limps around with. But one of your own stole what I made. A man with a blade of gold and a dream wrapped in dead steel. Klaus, they call him. Klaus Tvorka, thief, pretender, and worse. I can help you put an end to this wretched soul. He reaches into his robe and pulls out something small, an old, brittle parchment folded 3 times and sealed with a red crystal wax, and he places it gently onto the table in front of you. No flourish, no words. I can tell you much about your father. About the thief engineer, about this Zenith Empire. Please, follow the map to some answers when you're ready. And without another word, he vanishes.